Welcome to Christian What channel, guys. Thank you for joining me again. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Even if you don't like, subscribe to the channel, and you'll get more videos and more content as I go along here. This channel is not meant for people um, to condemn others. It's not meant for me to judge people. I'm not God. I'm not a goddess. I didn't create this universe, so I can't do that. But I am going to tell you factual things, factual experiences with real life experiences, that I've had encounters with certain Christians and certain people who say they're in Christ, but the behavior is totally opposite. And this stigma and this stereotype, unfortunately, guys, is true. Where a lot of people run away from God, and when you talk to them about Jesus, they're like, "Ooh," like they can't even comprehend, they can't listen because of the experiences and the reputation that certain Christians have made about this religion. They make the religion look bad because we expect this God that they talk about in the Bible, this Jesus or whatnot, to flow through them. And when they behave in nasty, manipulative, controlling ways, we turn away and people turn away. And I could see why. At first, I didn't see it, but my eyes are open now. I have spiritual awakening. So I'm going to tell you about an experience when I used to serve very heavily in different ministries, but especially a ministry called SOS. It's still there. It's a public ministry. It's Jesus based, yes, and it talks. It has different servants or different people who come in there talking about Christ, preaching Christ, and they hand out Bible tracts. They do all types of things in San Francisco, and they've been doing it for over 40 years. And they used to do it in Berkeley prior to COVID too, but that changed after COVID. So my experience prior to the COVID hit, I was in the Bay Area, and I had a desire to move to Southern California, but I was in the Bay Area. I had been serving in this ministry for probably about 2 good years or so. But it was like a year or less before COVID hit. And I remember I was at a contracting job in my field, and the job I knew was coming to kind of like an end, although they offered to rehire me later, because it was really to fulfill a person's leave of absence due to maternity. They were pregnant, okay? And what's it called? They came back, or they're getting ready to come back. So I knew this contract would end, and that would affect my money, y'all. And so we were doing evangelism, and I was operating in the faith, in the spirit, and as I thought. But sometimes you have to use common sense. And so I was trusting in the Lord, as they call it, and all that. And we were evangelizing in downtown Berkeley area, where there is a lot of people who are unhoused and all that. But it's a popular, heavy populated area where people, a lot of traffic, foot traffic, all that. So I joined SOS because they were ministering out there as they normally have. They had their equipment set up, their speakers, all of that. And I went a few blocks down, and sometimes I would do that. I would like just walk around, and I went a few blocks down on my own, and met this lady who was sitting in a chair, and she's real heavy set, and something, I think she had an injury with one of her eyes, but one of her eyes looked like artificial. So what happened is I started talking to her because she was like having panhandling, like she was having trouble getting a hotel. She started telling me a little bit of her story, how she just needs $60 because the shelter wouldn't accept her that night, or something happened where it was closed or full or whatever. So I ended up, I was very hesitant because she was just asking for 60, and it's like a set price, guys. Like the hotel, it's right in front of her. And I said, I finally eventually gave into it, and just the Chase Bank was just down the street, and I ended up taking money out. Although I was hesitant because I just told you about my work situation, and I'm like, well, I'm getting tight on cash for myself, and there's so many other Christians here that I've been evangelizing with in the SOS. It's like, you know what I mean? Like they can't help. And so what happened is I asked this lady, I said, has any other Christians come by to, have they assisted you in any way? And she said, Christians have come by. I'm telling you, they have come by, and I told them the same thing, and none gave her not even a penny, guys. Not a penny. And I knew exactly who those Christians, because we're the only evangelism group out there. There was no one else. They came by, they spoke with her, but not a penny was given to her. And she needed to be housed like today. And the hotel is just right there in front of her. And she knew the exact amount it would cost. She doesn't look like she was drug addicted or anything like that. And you can't sit there and judge everyone like they're drug addicted just because they're houseless. That's ridiculous. That's ignorant. That's ignorant type of thinking. A lot of people have that ignorant type of thinking until they become houseless themselves one day. Okay, so let's get back. So I spoke to her, and a little bit. It took a little bit time because at first I was like, I could give you like $20 or something. So I ended up depositing $20, and then when I went back, I got what you call the conviction of God at that time. It's like, give her the whole $60. So I ended up doing that, but it's just interesting how she said that Christians came by, they talked to her, they preached to her, but no money, not even a hand in their own pockets, not even a dime, not even a penny, guys, for $60. And these people that I minister, and I know it has to do with this SOS ministry, because these people have houses. They have a house. The people that serve in the SOS ministry, they pay $350 a month in rent in order to serve the Lord. It's like a discount. So and one of them I spoke to from another video. His name is Alex. He works full time, makes good money at the grocery store, that a high end grocery store, and he walks. He doesn't even have expenses of vehicle or public transportation, nothing. And then the other one, the older gentleman, one of them named Mike, he has houses that he rents Airbnb. So these Christians are not struggling Christians. They are well off. And they couldn't help this houseless woman who was destitute. I could barely walk and has an injured eye, artificial eye, with not even a penny of their own money. I had to do it. It's absolutely ridiculous. People who preach the gospel, do as you say. I'm going to log out here, guys. I'm just giving you a snippet of a real life experience.